If you're looking to go somewhere and you don't want to drive far and you're in the Atlanta area, we highly suggest Greenville, South Carolina. It's that little hidden gem you didn't think you needed, but you need.
Yeah, just think about it. How many times from Atlanta you're going to actually drive down to Orlando, Florida, and it takes about 6 hours, or if you're tired of just going to Savannah, Georgia? Greenville is the perfect day trip that you can actually go to be honest, for the day and come back. But we don't recommend that. We recommend you stay overnight. So we're going to go into all the things that we did as a couple, as well as the things that we did with our two rambunctious boys, because they are adventurous and they wanted to do a ton of things. So let's get right into it on number one.
Number one is location. Location is key. And this is where we suggest that you stay, because we had the chance to stay at 2 different locations and it really made a difference. So we highly suggest the AC Hotel that's right downtown Greenville. That's going to put you in the heart of everything. And the second locations would be the Residence Inn by Marriott. And even though this was a beautiful hotel, absolutely beautiful, we just don't suggest it because it changed our trip completely, because the location just wasn't close to everything. Yeah. Even though it's in the downtown area.
It took a little while for us to walk from just the normal places that we were going to when we were downtown near the river. It took maybe about 10, maybe even 15-minute walk. But at night, when you had kids, they really didn't want to do that. But the AC Hotel was in a perfect location. So when you're looking at Greenville, the first thing you probably notice is that there's this massive river just kind of flowing down the middle of the city, because the whole city is walkable. The AC Hotel was just steps away from that river. So if you were doing anything as far as any hiking, you wanted to go across the bridge, it was really easy to get back to the room if you want to freshen up or just change your clothes, or just if you forgot something in the room, it was really easy to get back there. But the one thing about the AC Hotel that we really loved, it was just the cleanliness of the hotel. The staff was extremely friendly, and it was always something, from what we saw, to do there. Meaning, I'm not going to say that they had a ton of activities to do, but if you just wanted to sit in front of the hotel and people watch, you could do that. If you just wanted to go down to the restaurant, I believe it was a Spanish restaurant downstairs, you could do that. Or if you just want to go hang out inside one of the restaurant inside the hotel and watch some TV, you could do that as well. So it just had all these little things that, if you were not walking around, if you just wanted to relax for a little bit, you had an opportunity to do that as well. And the lobby, by far, if you're a photographer or videographer, listen, this lobby, the way it's set up, is really nice. It's really pretty. And it's, again, kind of one of those things, if you had some work to do too, you go there and just have a little time for yourself down there. So I definitely recommend that.
And also, I would say about the AC Hotel that makes it really nice is that one of the popular restaurants that they have is this rooftop, but it's a popular restaurant, so it's right there. Also, right outside of the hotel, which makes it so cool, because it's steps away from the falls, like Jason said. But right outside, you're going to have Jenny's ice cream. You're going to have some restaurants. You're going to have, there's a place that you can play and do miniature golf and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's
that was
right there. And even great bakery. So you walk downstairs. And the reason we say the location changes the whole trip is because at night, you really want to see the waterfalls. There are people out there all times of night, not being rowdy, but just sitting on the swings, enjoying the time, getting out and walking. But when you're so far from that, you really don't experience Greenville to the level of experience Greenville, because the lights at night are so beautiful. It's so peaceful. All right, number 2, we're going to tell you about PK Park. Now, this was really cool because what we did was we rented bikes. So they have electric bikes that you can rent if you don't want to bring your own bikes. So what was really cool about that is that the trails, they just go through everything. So there's so many parks out there. Well, not so many, but it's just so green and so beautiful. You want to be outside. So we rode bikes all the way to PK Park, and we did it during the time that the soccer tournaments were going on, World Cup. So we were able to go out to PK Park, and it was free. They have this huge screen out there where you can watch TV. It has some little fans and stuff like that. Now it does get hot. But there are a bunch of fans. And on our way to PK Park, we actually passed the little playground area, and we went back with kids. They were able to enjoy that playground area. It was really nice, and they really do a great job with the playground because they have turf. They have just the slides. It's really peaceful. Now tell them about bringing the bikes with kids though.
All right, so the thing is, the second time we went back to Greenville, of course we wanted to take the kids, and this is when we stayed at the Residence Inn. The one perk about that hotel is that they do have bikes that you can actually just sign out and you can ride around. Now they are basic and they don't have have any gears, but it was workable for us. It was hard on the trail. I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie. It was hard, but we were able to check the bikes out, and then we just went around riding. So when you do have bikes with kids, the one thing that you want to keep in mind is the fact that if you have a smaller child, they can't ride those bikes. That is the biggest thing I would tell you right now. They are not designed for kids that smaller. Luckily, our kids are large enough, They're big enough to actually ride the bikes. So we enjoyed that. We were able to make it, oh gosh, how far did we go? I think we made it about 8 or 9 miles on the trail. So that's round trip. So 4 miles or 4.5 miles each way. And it was really nice. We were able to see so many different things that we didn't see the first time we rented our electric bikes, but the kids really enjoyed it because we were able to do the monument that's near PKL Park. We were able to do this restaurant alley that's over there by PKL Park where the tacos are really good. But you had the opportunity to move around with them because you really didn't need a car. The only time we did take the car is when one of the World Cup games were later on that night, and we knew we didn't want to ride the bikes all the way back like 9-10 o'clock at night, so we did drive there. But it is kind of one of those things, if you had your bike, if you could put your bikes on the rack, if you have a bike rack on your car and you're taking a trip there, I'm telling you right now, it is one of the places that is almost designed for that because there's bike racks everywhere, outside the restaurants, there's down the street, there's all these things you could do when you're on the bike, and it just makes it a little bit more accessible just to have fun with kids.
So we'll say that's tip 3.
Yeah.
Either bring your own bike. Yes, you can rent bikes.
Yeah.
However, the rental place for renting kids' bikes is a little bit more pricey than actually renting the electric bikes. But number 3, the kids cannot ride the electric
that's
bikes.
the thing.
So I
They
think they
cannot,
have to be 18 or older to ride the electric bikes.
Yeah.
So they can't do that. If you are going to bring your own bike, we just suggest that make sure your hotel has places out front that you can lock your bikes up. At the AC Hotel, they have that. They have a bike rack out front that you can lock your own bikes up.
Well, the residents did too.
No, they did, but it was for their bikes. There was no space that you can lock your own bikes.
But can't you take your bike upstairs in the room?
Who wants to bring a bike upstairs? You can, but I don't think I want to do that. So that being said, just make sure that you think about it. If you are close and you have a bike rack, it just makes it easy to bring your own bikes instead of having to pay that fee. Oh, and also you found that the monthly membership was
yeah. So again, if you're in the Greenville area, you probably already know this, but their bike app, because they don't use the same Ride or Lime or anything like that, their bike app that they have there, the monthly rate, totally honest, is actually much cheaper than you buying like not a day, but like maybe a week rate. We actually considered that, but then we multiplied it by 4. And once we found out the kids couldn't ride, we completely scrapped that idea. But the monthly rate to ride the bikes are so much cheaper. I forgot what it breaks down to, but it's extremely cheap compared to any other major city. And again, once you're there, you'll notice there are plenty of people riding bikes. Now, granted, I would say that we went in June and July. I don't know if that's like that year round, but I can only assume that it may be like that because again, I know Greenville is going to get cold. Atlanta does get cold, but it just seems like everybody was out running and just riding bikes. So it's kind of one of those cities. I think you should look into that.
All right, number 4, places to eat.
Yes.
Okay, Greenville has so many great places to eat. We can't even name them all, but we found a lot of mom and pop coffee shop. The Honeymoon was our favorite one that we really enjoy going to because again, it's right on the river. So when you go down from the AC Hotel, you just walk down the steps and you're gonna walk under the bridge, walk across the bridge, and then the Honey coffee shop. And that was like one of our favorites because you could people watch, you can look at the water. It was just so peaceful. But there's also a bunch of other ones if you don't want to go there. And then they have so many Michelin star restaurants there, the Italian restaurants that were really, really good. So you can't go wrong picking one of the restaurants. We found that all the food was really good. Prices, I want to say it was a little bit pricey, but not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as Atlanta prices. I would say that if you were going to a restaurant here, let's say a Michelin star restaurant here, it would be more. But the one thing I would tell you that we noticed immediately was we like food. We are foodies and we do like food with seasoning. That was the one thing that we noticed. Even with the Italian restaurant that we went to, it had complex flavors, and the waitress did mention that to us about all the flavors, and she talked about the chef. But we also had the opportunity to go to another spot. I forgot the name of it.
Place.
It was not the taco place, but the smoked oxtail. Even though the smoked oxtails had a unique taste to it, but what you got as far as the waffle was really good. It just had seasoning to it. I shouldn't didn't say the waffle, but the smoked oxtail did. And the food that we did have some seasoning to it. So if you are a foodie and you do want to try some really great restaurants with some really great stories on some of the chefs, definitely go to Greenville. We were stopped and we were told multiple times that, hey, this is the kind of place that chefs go to and then they expand out. And again, they just believe in pulling flavors from everywhere to make sure they make the dishes there. So I love it.
Now, one of my favorite places was a bakery. From our experience, we did try like one thing and we kept going back for this one thing because it lives rent free in our head right now. Like I'm trying to figure out how we can get to Greenville just to get this, but it's a Reese's Pieces chocolate cake. It is one of the best chocolate cakes that I've ever had. Like when I tell you, it was so good. It was moist. It was everything you wanted to be. It was good cold. Like we put it in the refrigerator and took it out and it was good. It was good warm. You didn't even have to heat it up and then it lasted. Like we brought it back home and I want to say we bought the cake on a Saturday and we ate it again on Wednesday and it was still good.
Yeah,
so
it's still good.
It's really good, but everybody was just raving about like the treats from there. Now they did say, some people did say the cookies are dry. So I would definitely, the cakes are big. I want to say, I will put a picture, but the cakes are like this big. And the nice thing about them, you can share. And they were like $14. So it was better than Cheesecake Factory by far. It was better than so many cakes that we've had. And so if you're looking for a great chocolate cake, it doesn't, like the peanut butter doesn't overpower it. I highly, highly recommend that cake. And we'll put a video of it because it was so good.
The best part that we love about Greenville, especially when we went June, July, and also possibly in the spring, is that it's an outdoor city. What I mean by outdoor city, I know I alluded to this many a times before talking about the bikes and everybody was outside, but yes, it is an outdoor city, meaning that river that goes down and the waterfall and such like that, there's seating areas everywhere. The cities are kind of set up in a way to where all the paths kind of just lead back to the rivers and even the walking path. So it's the walking path or the running path. It's almost similar to like the Silver Comet Trail here in Atlanta. But when you have that coupled with the fact that you could sit, you could rock, you could go get some coffee, you could come sit back. All that stuff is just like what we love because we do love being outdoors. And when we asked our kids, we asked them the same thing and said, hey, what do you like about the city? And they said, I just like the fact that it's so chill. That's Carter's word. Everything is so chill. It's laid back. But they just like the fact that we were outdoors most of the time. We barely were in the hotel. The only time we went to the hotel was really when we were eating, when we were sleeping, and if we went to the pool, because we did go to the pool at the residence. If you are the type of person that likes to be outside, likes to run, likes to bike, likes to hike, this is definitely the place for you, because you will notice that even if you weren't that type of person, or if you were on the fence, just being out there around everybody else that's doing it is going to kind of get you onto your feet and start doing it too.
So the things to do outside is that they're going to have plays in the park, which was really
I
cool.
forgot about that. Yeah.
So they had like a little Shakespeare in the park, which it was funny. They had that. They're going to have, again, the playgrounds in the park. They're going to have PKL Park, which is going to have free movies or free games on and things like that. And there's also pickleball out there. There's riding bikes. There's just so much to do. And the cool part about it is if you go during the week, you're going to see that everyone comes outside to either eat lunch by the falls, because there's just so many tables out there. My absolute favorite thing to do was to sit on these beautiful swings that they had and just watch the river. It was just the falls. It was just so peaceful, and it just really made you kind of calm down and like just enjoy the beauty that you have around you without spending a lot of money. So the only things that we really spent money on was the bikes, when we rented the bikes, and food. That was really about it, because everything else was just being outside and exploring. People were very friendly and very sweet, so that was really nice. Everyone we just interacted with was sweet, nice, kind, friendly. People walking. I think just being outside just makes you a happier person.
Getting some sun, that's what it was.
So Greenville is kind of everything to me that I wish Atlanta was. Smaller, peaceful, just that little hidden gem you didn't think you needed. So definitely, if you are trying to plan something, you don't want to go far. You've done Chattanooga a lot of times. You've done Savannah and all these other places. Greenville is the best out of all of them cities. Like hands down, like our kids, we said we used to love Chattanooga so much, and we were like, where do you want to go back to? And they were like, obviously Greenville, because it's just so beautiful. So again, if you're thinking of somewhere to go, put Greenville on your list.
Yeah, so hopefully this was helpful. Send this to somebody right now that's contemplating where they should go. Should they go to Orlando? Should they go to Savannah? They just have no idea, and they're in the Atlanta area. Also, just make sure that if you're on the fence and you want to go to check out Greenville, definitely go do it. And also bring your bikes and all your running clothes and all that good stuff. So we are Low Points. Hopefully this was helpful. Check out our next one.